Hello class. So this is where we left off. Summarize ko lang yung column axial forces. Ito, ang ibig sabihin is FSO is equal to 7/19 of FTP. Okay, FRN is equal to 9/19 times FTP, which is equal to 4.15. Or FQM is equal to 7.85. Ganun lang yun. And FQM happens to be ito. Yan ang value niya, 7.85. And then FKG is ito, 25.04. Ito siya. Okay, now let's go to girder shears. Dito, ang titingnan natin yung column axial forces. Gaya sa portal method, summation forces vertical is equal to 0. Ganon din dito. Summation forces vertical acting at the joint is also equal to 0. Yung column axial force, that is also a vertical force acting at node Q. Tapos yung girder shear naman acting at beam QR is also a vertical force acting at node Q. Okay, so let's take shear QR. Okay, notice that at column axial forces 7.85 is acting downwards. Siyempre, ang kontra dito would be a member act with a shear force or a vertical force acting upwards, which happens to be at girder QR. Okay, so this is simply equal to 7.85 pero negative direction. Okay, so that is equal to negative 7.85. Okay, so let's check. Ayan. Next. Now, why is this 7.85 positive? Ang sinabi ko kanina is kaparehas lang ito but opposite in direction. So, nangyari dyan, meron tayong rito, direction. Ayan. So, upwards. Tapos dito naman, negative. So, ang inilagay niya is yung numerical value. Ang importante, meron siyang sign convention dito. Okay? Kasi, on this left member of the beam, it is directed upwards, so positive. Tapos, on this right side of the beam, it is directed downwards. So, that is negative 7.85. Okay? So, next, dito tayo ngayon sa node R. For this beam, yung shear sa kabila, sa left, ganun din yung shear sa right. Okay, now let's go to beam RS tsaka beam ST. So, turn off ko muna yan. Okay, so let's go here. This force now happens to be the summation forces at node R is also equal to 0. Okay, so isipin natin na dito sa node R na yan, tatlong vertical forces ang nag-a-act. So you have the 7.85, you have the column axial force na 4.15, saka itong shear force RS. So at node R, meron tayong downward force or downward girder shear na 7.85 tsaka axial force na downwards na 4.15. Siyempre, since parehas silang downwards or negative value, ang magkokontra dyan would be an upward force which is equal to 7.85 plus 4.15. Okay? And that would be equal to the sum of yan 7.85. Take note na ang direction ni 7.85 ngayon is downwards. So, gawin natin siyang negative 7.85 tapos si 4.15. Okay? That is also downwards. Kaya, plus negative 4.15. So, let's see if ma-compute niya. Yan. So, negative 12. Okay? Pero, take note na it is directed upwards. Ayan, okay? So, gawin natin siyang, i-multiply natin siya ng negative. Yan. Para maging positive 12. Okay? Now, let's check. So, this should be 12. Yan. Okay? So, parehas sila. And if you will check this is basically the same as what I just did, no? Ito, sinolve ko siya using 7.85 plus negative 4.15. Hindi ito link. Pinasok ko talaga yung values niya. Pero, ito, this is link. The negative sum of negative E37, which is etong blue na yan. And then yung G8 negative, it is linked here. Yan. So, pag magpapalit ka ng input values, let's say 3, automatic nagpapalit din yan. Okay? So, that's the advantage of Excel. And then here, it is the same approach. This is equal to the sum of 12. Ayan. This time, since for node S, etong 12 na yan, it is acting downwards. So, negative 12 plus yung 3.23 upwards, ano? So, plus positive 3.23 or simply plus 3.23. And then, i-multiply mo yung negative value. Why multiply by negative value? Take note na summation forces equal to 0. Di ba? Kaya, itong 12 plus 3.23 plus 8.77 should be equal to 0. Summation forces. Okay? Ganun yan. Ibig sabihin, etong kinompute natin yan, ang result niyan, parang nasa right side. So, ibinalik ko siya sa left side para mag-equate to 0. So, minultiply ko siya ng negative. Okay? So, 8.77. Let's check. Ayan. See? So, to verify, pagpapalitan ko yan ng value, dapat magpapalit din ito. Ayan. See? Next, dito tayo ngayon sa level. This is the third level. First, second, third level. Same procedure, summation forces vertical at node M is equal to 0. Okay, so this time, ang i-consider natin ngayon at node M would be vertical forces which are your column axial forces na 7.85, ito, which corresponds to this arrow, and this arrow, which is 29.42. Ngayon, ang magbabalance dyan sa dalawang yan would be itong shear, girder shear na yan. Sorry, ito pala. Yan. And that is equal to the sum of 7.85 plus 29.42. Pero, tama ba yan? Of course not. You have to consider the directions. So this 7.85 is acting upwards. This is with reference to node M. And then yung 29.42 is acting downwards in relation to point M. Kaya negative D15. Okay? Yan. So negative 21.58. Pero since this is summation forces vertical equal to 0, imumultiply natin siya ng negative. Okay, so ayan, 21.8. Now let's check. Ayan. Okay. Check ulit natin. Summation forces vertical equal to 0. Yung 7.85 is acting upwards minus 29.42 in the sense na it is downwards, kaya siya minus. And then plus yung ito. Oops. Dito ko na lang i-compute. So this is 7.85 minus 29.42. Tapos itong result na 21.58 is upwards, kaya positive. So plus 21.58 is equal to 0. Ayan. Okay? See? Dito tayo ngayon sa node N. Ngayon, ang i-consider mo sa node N would be these two columns. Yung column sa taas, yung column sa ilalim. Then yung girder sa left, tsaka yung girder sa right. Ang magbabalance dyan sa column axial forces tsaka sa girder shear is itong girder shear sa right. Okay, which is girder NO. Yan. Okay, so let's compute again. Equal to the sum of the column axial forces tsaka yung girder shear. So, in-negative na natin kagad siya. Open parenthesis. Yung 4.15, okay, ito yung ating node N, ano? So, 4.15, positive. Tapos, yung 15.58, pababa, kaya minus. And then, yung 21.58, ito, this is downwards, kaya minus ulit, minus 21.58. Okay? And, minultiply na natin siya kaagad ng negative. So, that is 33.01. Yan. Okay? Next, dito tayo ngayon sa OP. Ang i-add natin ngayon would be yung 3.23. Okay? And this time, this is directed downwards. Okay? Or this is compression force acting at node O. Ayan. Tapos, itong 12.12 compression again, it is acting upwards, kaya plus. Tsaka yung 33.0. Okay, so that is equal to negative minus 3.23 and then plus 12.12 and then minus 33. Okay, ito. Then close. 24.11, this is acting upwards. Ayan, see? And this is linked dito sa dalawang column axial force tsaka tong girder shear. Okay, so ganyan din yung procedure dito sa ilalim. Actually, parang copy-paste mo na lang yan eh. Pero be careful kasi kung minsan iba ang kanyang mga pupuntahan. Like this. This is minus D8 minus D15. Okay, kung ikakopy ko yan, paste ko dito, 31.38, dapat 29 tsaka 60.51. Yan. Okay, so hopefully parehas. So I will undo. Yan. Ayan. Okay, so parehas siya. And then, dito, same procedure. Yan na. Next, we now go to girder moments. So, ang challenging dito sa cantilever method is yung first procedure, which is column axial forces. Dapat dito tama na yan para sa girder shear, smooth sailing ka na, madali na lang. Ganon din dito sa girder moments. Now, how do we solve for girder moments? The moment is actually the girder shear multiplied by the length all over 2, since the girder shear is acting at mid-span. Likewise, the column shear is acting at mid-height. So, ganon din, column moment is column shear times height all over 2. Okay? So, ganon lang kadali. So, let's try this one. This is equal to yung girder shear, to 7.85, or computin muna natin yung number, equal to 7.85 times yung length nito ay 4 divided by 2, or simply 2. Okay? Tapos, ito naman, this is equal to, this is 8 and 6, So, ito na nga lang. This is 4 meters, tapos ito 3 meters. Now, let's go to girder shear. Ayan. So, this is equal to 12 times 4. And then, this is equal to 8.77 times 3. Yeah. So this is 26.31. And then, yung moment dito sa left is the same as the moment at the right. Okay? Ganon din dito. Moment at the left the same as the moment at the right, but they are opposite in direction para magka-cancel out sila. Okay, so this is 15.69 or 15.7. Ito naman, it is simply the negative of the moment at the other side. Okay? Pero take note na hindi ko na nilagay yung mga signs. Like, for example, this one. It is the same as 7.85 times length all over 2. Ayan, 4 divided by 2. Ayan, okay? Hindi ko na nilagay yung negative kasi meron naman dun yung direction, yung arrow. Okay? Next. Same here, this is 21.58 multiplied by the beam length all over 2. And let's check this. This should be equal to 21.58 times beam length all over 2. Mapapansin nyo dito, this is E5, meron siyang dollar sign. Ibig sabihin, naka-fixed siya dito sa E5, which is this. Ayan. This is column E, row 5. Yan ang ibig sabihin nun. Okay, and then i-uncover na natin, i-unhide na natin lahat yan. Girder moments. Now let's go to column moments. The procedure for column moments is the same as girder moments, but ang consider mo lang dito yung column shear. Okay? Oops, wait. Try natin, this is equal to yung column shear, column axial. This is column axial, and then we have girder shear, and then girder moments. Oops, wala pa palang column shear. Okay, so ibahin natin, mali ako. Gawin nating summation moment at node is equal to 0. Okay, let's do that. I will just hide muna. Okay, let's go to summation moment at node is equal to 0. Ayun. This is number 4. Number 5, dun pa lang lumabas yung column shears. So, balik tayo dito sa girder moment. Yan. $15.69. And this is equal to simply 15.69, pero iba ang kanyang direksyon, ano? Magiging clockwise. Notice na 15.69 acting at this node is counterclockwise. So ang magkokontra sa kanya would be counterclockwise 15.69 din. Ayan. Next, dito tayo sa kabila. That would be 15.69 plus 48. Now, let's look at the girder moments. Parehas silang counterclockwise. Ano? Ayan. At acting at this node, 15.69 counterclockwise, 48 counterclockwise. Kaya, summation moment at this node would be 0. Ang kokontra dyan sa dalawang counterclockwise would be the column moment. So that is simply the sum of these two. Okay, equal to 15.69 plus 48. 63.69, hindi ko na nilagay yung may negative sign, pero nandun yung arrow. Okay? So same thing here, it is simply the sum of these girder moments, and then ito naman the sum of the girder moments 26.31 plus 0. Ganun lang ang ibig sabihin nun. Okay, so I will unhide. Ayan. And then, dito na tayo ngayon sa third floor. Okay? 3, 2, 1. So dito, meron tayong girder moment. Tsaka meron tayong column moment. Yung column moment sa taas is the same as the column moment at the bottom. So, ang una mong gagawin dito is to copy this, paste it here. Okay? Yan. So that is yan. Nilink ko lang siya. This is the same as equal to, and then click mo yan. Ganon din dito. Okay? So, equal to, then i-click ko yan. Next, remember na merong girder moment dito. Okay? So, ang moments acting at this node is 15.69 tsaka 43.15. Ngayon, ang magka-counteract dyan would be the column moment here. So, let us compute. This is equal to 15.69. Take note that this is clockwise direction. So, positive siya. Then, minus 43.15, which is counterclockwise. Kaya siya minus, ano? Is equal to 27.46. Ayan. Negative siya. Kaya counter, kaya siya clockwise direction. Okay, so let us unhide 27.46. Next, dito naman, ang nag-a-act dito sa node na yan is 43.15, 132, tsaka 63.69. Okay, so let us add all those. So that is equal to 63.69. Positive siya kasi clockwise. And minus 43.15 kasi counterclockwise. And then si 132 minus ulit kasi counterclockwise. And that is 111.15. Okay, so I will unhide. Ayan siya. Okay. So next, I will unhide this. Kung paano ko isinolve itong nasa third floor, same procedure din dito sa second floor tsaka sa first floor. Yan. Next would be column shears. Ang column shears, as I've said before, is, or the column moment, as I've said before, is equal to column shear times mid height, or height all over 2. Pero using the same equation, your column shear now would be column moment divided by mid height. Okay, so let us hide this first. As I've said before, kunin natin yung column moment for this one. Ayan. So from column moment, this is equal to 15.69 divided by, or muna 15.69 divided by the mid height, which is 1.5. Okay, tapos susunod 3 din, then 4 yung baba. So dito tayo, let's try this one. 27.46 divided by 3 divided by 2, or that is 1.5 again, 18.31. Ngayon, yan ang value nitong column shear. So I will now unhide 10.46. I will unhide this 18.31. I-unhide na natin sila lahat. Okay, next would be girder axial forces. Sa girder axial forces, summation horizontal forces acting at the node is equal to 0. So tatandaan ninyo na ang physics always applies to everything. Summation forces equal to 0, summation moment equal to 0. In every action there is always an equal and opposite action, things like those. What comes up must come down. Ay na. Okay. So as I've said here, at this node, ang horizontal forces acting here would be the girder axial force tsaka yung column shear. Okay, so this is equal to, unhide ko muna itong part na yan, unhide ko rin ito, dito ako magko-compute sa gitna. Okay, so this is equal to girder axial forces tayo, no? So this is equal to the column shear na 10.46. Now let us check. Hala. Oops. I will hide this again. May kulang. So as I've said before, summation forces acting at the node is equal to 0. Ulit, equal to, yung 10.46 is acting to the left. So that is negative 10.46. Ano pa ba ang forces acting at this node? Meron tayong nakalimutan yung lateral force na 120. Ayan. So, plus 120. Okay. Bakit 120 pa rin yan? Equal to 10.46. Oops. Negative 10.46 plus 120. Ayan, 109.54. So let me check. Yan, tumama rin. Next, yung kabila, this is simply equal to this. Ayan, ano? And then, ito naman, summation forces equal to 0. So, this is equal to 109.54, positive siya. Tapos, minus yung column shear na dito, 42.46. Minus in the sense that it is acting leftwards. So 67.08. So let me unhide. Ayan. And this is 67.08. So I will unhide again. Tapos dito naman, this is equal to summation forces horizontal equal to 0. So ang nag-a-act dyan would be 67.08. Positive siya kasi directed rightwards, and then minus yung column shear na 49.54 kasi to the left. Okay, so 49.54, and I will unhide. Yeah. Okay, so parehas lang, parehas na sila. So tama na yung aking ginagawa, and ayan, 17.54. Okay, next, dito tayo ngayon sa level below. So this is equal to yung column shear tsaka yung 90. Huwag mong kakalimutan yung 90, it is acting at this node, which is also this node. Okay, so i-add na natin yan. So si 90 plus dito sa step 5 column shear na 10.46. take note na si 10.46 is acting rightwards, kaya plus din siya. And then si 18.31, with reference or with respect to this node, this is acting directed to the left. So minus 18.31. Okay, 82.15. Now let us unhide. Yan. Tama. And then, ito naman, this is 82.15 also. Next, dito naman, so this is equal to 82.15. It is positive kasi directed towards the right. And then, si 42.46 minus yan. And then, si 74.31 positive. Okay? 114. I will unhide. Oops, bakit 50.31? Let me check. So, delete ko muna yan. Oh no, sorry. Equal to, so 82.15. Ayun, plus pala ito. Plus 42.46 minus 74.31. Yan. Okay, so tumama na tayo. Next, this is equal to 50.31, so I will unhide. Then here, this is equal to 50.31. Positive siya kasi directed towards the right. Tapos si 49.54, this is to the right, so plus. And then minus 86.69. Yeah. 13.15, so I will unhide. Ayan. Tumama rin. Then this is just linked here. Okay, so ganyan ang procedure at this level. Same thing here. Finally, no more. Okay guys, so thank you for listening. That is Cantilever Method. Dapat ang masosolve natin sa frame would be 6 lahat. So first, meron tayong ang una nating na-solve is column axial forces, number 1. Tapos number 2, girder shear. Number 3, girder moments. Number 4, column moments. Number 5, column shears. And then number 6, girder axial forces. And they are all connected. Kapag mali tong girder axial forces mo, ibig sabihin, mali na lahat yung una mong isinolve. So, ganun lang kasimple. As I've said before, dapat sa first procedure pa lang, which is column axial forces, tama na dito. Okay, our next topic would be factor method. Ito na yung medyo mas malapit sa katotohanan kasi kino-consider na ni factor method yung rigidity or yung stiffnesses ng columns. Okay guys, thank you for listening again. Bye for now.